Ministry of Home Affairs confirms Bollywood drug link mafia. Justin Bieber says drug abuse legit craze is scary. Riya Chakraborty held in drugs case. Here's legal history of cannabis and weed. Karnataka will soon have anti-drug committees in all schools and colleges. After Bollywood and Mollywood drug scandal rocks Kannada industry. Substance use disorders linked to COVID-19 susceptibility.
Hi everyone, I'm Kaveri. With so many negotiations and discussions happening all around us regarding drugs, drug use, overdose, addiction, etc., and with so many celebrities getting arrested lately with this regard, let us just pause for a moment and think about how much do we actually know about drugs. This is an attempt to bring in a needy awareness among people regarding the same. So firstly, what exactly is a drug? A drug is any substance which when taken into the body has a potential to change a person's behavior physically and psychologically or only psychologically. Food and other substances which are taken for the purpose of nutrition doesn't come under drugs. Drugs can be anything legal like alcohol, tobacco and caffeine or illegal like marijuana, cocaine, or ecstasy, etc. While talking about drugs, most of the spotlight is on a group of drugs called as psychoactive drugs. Psychoactive drugs act on the central nervous system and alter a person's thinking, mood, behavior or experience. There are 8 classes of drugs that come under psychoactive drugs. For most of us, it is only weed or ganja that comes to our mind when we talk about drugs. Weed is nothing but marijuana, which is one of the 8 types of drugs that come under psychoactive drugs. It is very important for all of us to know all the 8 types of drugs which come under these because all these drugs have enough potential to cause abuse and addiction in people.
Mainly 8 types of drugs come under psychoactive drugs. These include 1. Sedatives. These slow down our body's activity and makes us feel more relaxed. They can even induce sleep. They include barbiturates, minor tranquilizers and alcohol. Second is stimulants. They increase the activity of central nervous system and body as a whole. They make the person pleasurable and full of energy. They include amphetamines, methylphenidate and cocaine. Third one is opiate. They act as depressants on central nervous system, often used as prescription pain relievers. They include heroin, methadone, morphine, codeine, etc. Fourth is hallucinogens. They are also called as psychedelics. These are substances that produce an alteration in environmental awareness while the individual maintains a capacity to recognize that what he is experiencing is not real. As in, a person who has taken hallucinogens might feel like they are flying in the sky, like they are walking in the air, or like they have won America's Got Talent or whatever, while they are still on the ground. These include LSD, mescaline, etc. Fifth is marijuana. This is the most common drug which is often called as weed, pot, grass, bud, ganja, herb, etc. It is nothing but herbal cannabis. It is the most widely cultivated, trafficked and abused drug worldwide. Sixth is major tranquilizers. These are used in treating psychotic features of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder and other mood disorders. These include chlorpromazine, clozapine, etc. Seventh is antidepressants. These are medications that help relieve symptoms of depression, social anxiety disorder, etc. They improve mood, helps people sleep better and increase appetite and concentration. They include tricyclics and monoamine oxidase inhibitors. The last under psychoactive drugs is anti-mania drugs. These drugs are used to stabilize mood by controlling symptoms of mania, that is, the abnormal psychological state of excitement. All these classes of drugs have potential to cause addiction.
Now coming to how does the drug cause addiction? Drug addiction is a chronic disease which is characterized by drug seeking and use, and the behavior becomes compulsive over time and the person starts using drugs even after getting to know the ill effects of drugs. Our brain has a component called as a reward circuit. Most of the drugs increase the levels of dopamine in the reward circuit. A normal reward circuit with enough levels of dopamine is required for the person to carry out day-to-day activities which are essential for life, like eating food, exercising, spending time with friends, family, etc. Increased levels of dopamine in the brain makes the person redo all the things that makes him feel pleasurable, like taking drugs. So basically, it is the person taking drugs, increased levels of dopamine in the body, the person takes drug again because he feels he is getting pleasurable because of drugs. When the person starts taking drug again and again, he goes to a state called as tolerance. That is, his brain gets adapted to the drugs. The cells in the reward circuit fails to produce the same pleasurable effect that they would earlier produce with the same dose of drug. He will not be feeling the same high anymore that he would feel with small doses of drugs initially. That's why he will start taking larger and larger doses of drugs to get the same high feeling. When the person continues to take drugs further, all his mental activities get adapted. He will not feel pleasurable with all those things that made him happier earlier, like going out with his friends, recreational activities, food, etc. For further continuation of drugs, all his mental activities get hampered. His judgment, decision, stress, thinking, all these gets altered. So basically it is like this. He takes drugs, increase dopamine in his body. He takes drugs again because he feels the drugs are responsible for pleasurable effect. He goes into a state of tolerance. He takes more and more doses to get the same high feeling, and he finally continues to take drugs even after knowing the ill effect of drugs, because that is the nature of addiction. Now coming to why some people get addicted and not why others. There isn't a single factor to explain why a person might get addicted and not others. The genes that the person are born with are responsible for 50% of a person's risk for getting addicted. Other factors include environmental factors like friends, family, socio-economic status, peer pressure, earlier exposure to drugs, and low self-control, etc. Finally, I would like to tell, the more is the person stronger by mind and heart, the lesser are his chances of getting addicted to the drugs. Now coming to the role of parents and friends. The parents should learn the risk factors for their child using drugs. They should learn the ill effects of drugs and clearly make statements to their child that they clearly disapprove usage of drugs. This will automatically build in a person's mind in such a way that they will restrain from using drugs. Secondly, the parents should be more involved in their children's life. They should know their friends and they should make the child's life stress-free at home. So many researchers tell that all these children who think drugs do not cause much danger to them are at increased risk of becoming addicts than those who think that drugs cause significant harm to the body. One of the first symptoms of using drugs in children is something called as ADHD. That is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Here the person does not show attention on all the things that he would love earlier. He is hyperactive at times and he is not able to cope up with day-to-day happenings around him. Other things include behavioral changes in sleep pattern, eating habits, this increased craving for sweet food, decrease in personal hygiene, change of friends, not showing interest in extracurricular activities, poor grades in schools and colleges, and being approached by some drug dealers, etc. The parents should show extra caution when they see any of these changes in their kids. When a parent or a friend finds out that their child or friend is using drugs, it is wise for them to talk to the child first. Screaming at them and threatening them won't do any help and further will harm the situation because the person will not have proper mental control over himself. The person should tell the patient that they love them and they are with them and support them in leaving drugs. They should take them to proper counseling, behavioral therapies, and give them a proper treatment. Now, most importantly, there is a constant drug culture that is happening in so many colleges around us, and the institution usually keeps quiet because of the prestige issues. With anti-drug committees set up in schools and colleges, we need to wait and see regarding what changes will further be brought up in the colleges.
ये जो अपना दिल है ना, बड़ा डरपोक है यार. इसको बेवकूफ बना के रखो. लाइफ में कितनी भी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो ना, उसको बोलो कोई बात नहीं चाचू, सब ठीक ठाक है. ऑल इज वेल, ऑल इज वेल.
और उससे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगी.
नहीं, लेकिन उसको झेलने की हिम्मत आ जाती है.
The previous video clip clearly tells that there is a solution for every problem. When you're in some problem and you're not able to find a solution by yourself, please talk to your loved and trusted ones. Taking drug might seem like a temporary solution, but it is never a permanent solution. Don't get addicted to unwanted stuff like drugs. Thank you.